Northern Utah had one of its roughest winters in modern history, with large accumulations of snow and bitter cold temperatures. Perhaps hardest hit were the deer, who were forced to come down out of the mountains in order to search for food. Many deer simply starved to death, and hundreds were hit on the highways. Concerned Christians in the northern Utah community of Brigham City felt a calling from God to help in the situation.
This is the most severe winter that we've had back here since I've lived here in the 10 years. And it's the first year that I've actually had deer right down in my front yard, not down there in the subdivision. I've often seen deer up here. You see them all the time in the wintertime. This is their winter range. But this year, it was covered with 2 feet of snow. And it was just incredible. The feed was all covered up. They were burning an awful lot of energy just trying to stay alive. And when I noticed them coming down and trying to eat my rose bushes, and they were getting pretty badly cut up, I woke up one morning, found blood all through the snow in the front yard. I decided that somebody ought to be doing something about it. There'd been talk about trying to feed the deer, but nothing was organized. So I prayed about it, and I asked God, what do you want me to do? And there was just so much need for feed up here. And he told me to just start by feeding one, if just one. So I stopped on the way home from work and bought 125 pounds of feed, built a feeder, picked up some lumber and whatnot, nailed a little feeder together out of 2x4s and brought it up here and set it out, put out about 25 pounds of feed that first night. And I could see that it was gobbled up within just an hour and a half. We came back up and it was all gone. So I prayed about it that night, and God told me not to worry about it, to just keep on feeding, and He'd provide the feed.
Before long, feeding programs were taking place up and down the Wasatch Mountains, and money was being donated from all over the world to help in the program.
So I talked about it with some of my friends at work the next day, and they volunteered to buy feed. So I put out another feeder the next night, and the whole thing mushroomed, and within a couple of weeks we were feeding over 200 pounds a day up here. But not just me, it was all up and down the mountains. From one end to the other, people were feeding deer. And it was just so wonderful to see God was filling our feed troughs. There was money coming in from all over the country. Good people everywhere were contributing to feed the starving deer in Utah. It's just great.
Roger Lichtenberg's local program fed approximately 300 deer for a period of 70 days and used close to 18,000 pounds of feed. It's estimated that the feeding programs throughout the state saved close to 2/3 of the deer population, demonstrating to Roger and others that God can and does provide for all of His creatures. From Brigham City, Utah, this is Bill Curtis reporting for the 700 Club.